Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hopkinton High School turf fields for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. As today, the 1-0 Hopkinton Hillers take on the 0-1 Ashland Clockers. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. For this crosstown TVL matchup. Should be a great showdown, as it always is between these two teams here today. Well, we had our first look at this year's Hiller team just a couple days ago, last Friday, as they took on Holliston, and it was just a fantastic win for the Hillers to start off the season, as they ended up taking the game 12-5 over Holliston. So great way to start off the season, and they're looking for another big TVL large win here today. As for the Ashland Clockers, so far they have taken on the very tough Westwood Wolverines, and they fell short in that effort. So they start off the season 0-1, but certainly a long way left to go. So they will be out here today looking for a little bit of revenge and looking to get into the win column for their first time this season. As we had both teams meet at center circle, and now we are ready to get things started here. Hopkinton Hillers, Ashland Clockers. In the center circle for the Hillers, you got Carter Goodman up against Griffin Elevato. For the Clockers, Ashland led by head coach Bill Graham, Hillers led by head coach Dan Norton. Your goaltender matchup today is Nate Burns in net for the Hopkinton Hillers. And then for the Ashland Clockers, it looks like you got Charlie Linehan, the sophomore, in net. It is a nice sunny day here at the turf fields as we are ready to get things going. And we got a Hopkinton-Ashland doubleheader. We start off with this boys game, then we'll have the girls game for you. So it is lacrosse day here on HCAM. Ashland driving in, and they're going to start with a quick score. That's going to be Bryce Pelletier, as he will pop it in 9 seconds into action. So that's the way you want to start if you're the Clockers. So Ashland with the early 1-0 lead. The Hillers got caught off guard a little bit at the beginning of the game against Holliston as well. Certainly got to stay on your toes. This Ashland team, they are pretty young. They're a hungry team and a quick team. And right off the face-off again, another good face-off win and a shot, and that time a save. That was Griffin Elevato. Good save by Nate Burns. And it's dropped by the Hillers. Jake Guerin picks it back up. So working off a little cobwebs, it looks like, for the Hillers here in these early minutes. Set to take it is Carter Goodman. Oh no, that's number 44, Devin Morrissey. Morrissey along the far side. It's knocked out. Ashland has it, picked up by Nick Boomer. Here comes the Clockers. Boomer lost it now. and it's picked up by the Hillers. In the grasp of Owen Champlin, he's going to take it up the sideline. Here goes Champlin, looking to close in, and looking for the shot. It looks like it was deflected, and the goalie has it for the Clockers. As Linehan sends it flying into Hiller territory. So good stop there by Ashland, as Champlin was trying to rush in and get that score back. Clockers, they're going to crash in, sent over. Around the horn they go. There's a shot and a good save, and we're going to have a penalty. That shot was by Will McDonald. Well, McDonald was centered up. Turner saw him, sent it to him. A nice shot on net, but a good save by Burns, and we'll see what this penalty is about. Looks like it's going to be a minute against the Hillers. Nolan Ritchie coming over. So it's going to be 1 minute locked in. Unnecessary roughness, the call. Griffin Oliveto set to take it for the Clockers. Clockers working around the net and tripped up along the far side is Turner. He's able to regather. Clockers trying to find a gap to crash in. They're going to go around again. And they're slowly working in closer. There's a shot. Good save by Burns. That was Oliveto. Hillers quickly into Clockers territory. As they'll take it behind the net. Sent back to Goodman. Goodman works it up to Rockwell. Cal Rockwell had a great performance in that Holliston game. He had a hat trick, and Matt Lottie also a hat trick in that one. Champlin had a pair. Here's Champlin. Champlin trying to get around the defender. He does. Crashing in. Another defender meets up with him. Takes the shot. It's deflected and picked up by the keeper. Well, it was good pressure as the Clockers quickly back into Hiller territory. Ball in the grasp of Connor Martin along the far side. Now it's number 10 with it, McDonald. And that pass knocked down. Hillers get it back. Picked up by Ritchie. Just over 3 minutes into action here in quarter number 1. A nice sunny day, a bit of a breeze. Temperatures in the lower 50s. Along the far side, Morrissey. And it looks like he stepped out. It'll be Clocker's ball from the far side. With it is McDonald. Sends it up. And now the pass to Martin. Martin gets it over to Boomer. Knocked down. Boomer able to regather. Martin with the pass. And that's sent out of play. A little too much on that one. He's looking for Will McDonald. With it for the Hillers is Garin. Garin flying up the field, putting on the moves. Here he goes into Clocker's territory. Gets it over. And now a shot there. It's just wide. A shot attempt by Taylor. Coming out from behind the net now. That's Goodman. Gets it out, trying to find Rockwell. Now with it is O'Brien. O'Brien trying to find a seam. He's going to go around the pack, takes it outside, shot, and it's in. We're knotted up at 1 apiece. Good response by the Hillers. That score comes at 7:26 left to go in the first quarter. In the center circle for the face-off, Brady Champlin up against Griffin Oliveto. I'm going to assume Brady Champlin is probably related to Owen Champlin. Clockers have it. Oliveto gets it over to Linehan. Linehan trying to shake the defender. And looking to work it upfield, gets it over, sent towards the middle, and it is popped in. That was a great feed from Colin Turner. He finds Bryce Pelletier, and Pelletier has his second goal of the game. We want to welcome all the folks watching in Ashland as well. A simulcast today on HCAM and WACA TV. Happy to have you with us for what is a terrific crosstown rivalry. Off the face-off. And battle for it. Ashland has it. Picked up by Turner. Daniel Turner. Coming up field. Gets it over to Colin Turner. Turner back to Daniel Turner. Now along the middle, that's Culverwell. Culverwell contested, gets it over. Nick Boomer with it. Out to Daniel Turner he goes. The Hillers, they're not afraid to attack the ball. They're going to be aggressive as it gets away from Culverwell. Battle for it, and the Hillers have it. It was claimed by Quinn Keeler. Keeler gets it over. There's a shot, and he rips it in. Sam O'Brien with another one. So Bryce Pelletier with a pair of goals for the Clockers. Sam O'Brien with a pair of goals for the Hillers. And we are knotted at 2 with 6:10 left to play in the first quarter. Back and forth we go here. Brady Champlin going to go up against Griffin Oliveto in the center circle. Off the face-off. Ashland wins another face-off. They are dominating in the center circle. Oliveto with it. Gets it back over to Daniel Turner. Daniel Turner escapes, moves it up. Over to Colin Turner, and now he's trying to get it back to Daniel. Comes loose, pass off the mark. Still loose, picked up by the Hillers, claimed by Merkel. Merkel to Burns. Burns launches it upfield. Great feed to Brady Champlin. And here comes Champlin up the far side. Champlin takes it up, rips a shot, and it was batted away by the keeper. Good save there by Linehan. Clockers with possession. Along the center circle with it is Andrew Sachs, and he lost it. Hiller's going to get it back. Sent up over to Goodman. Good feed from Iarici. Here's Iarici. Closing in, takes it, and it's a goal! Nolan Iarici puts the Hillers on top. That score comes at 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. We got ourselves a battle here today. The face-off is 22 for the Hillers. That's Ryan Millard out there. They're going to change it up in the face-off circle, see if they can win some of those possessions. Because that was Millard going up against Elevato, and it's still a battle for it. Hillers have it. Picked up by Thano Gratsos. Gratsos moving it up to Rockwell. Rockwell along the near side. Looking to put on the moves. Trying to crash in. Gets it over to Goodman. Back to Rockwell now. Over to Champlin. Champlin doing a little traffic directing. Looking to take it in, pick set. Gets it over. Hillers working along the far side. There's a shot, and it's picked up by the keeper. That was Matt Lottie on the shot attempt. Trying to approach from the right side of the net. Sent to the center circle to Fitzsimmons, and the Hillers get it back. With taking it around, that's C.J. Taylor. Gets it out to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to close in. O'Brien brings it around. And battle for it, picked up behind the net. There's a shot, and it looked like it hit the side of the net and then was deflected away. Taking it in, Lottie. Lottie looking to put on the moves. Closing in, takes the shot, and it's wrapped up by Linehan. Another good save there by Linehan. I believe he's the Ashland hockey goalie as well. Picked up by the Hillers. Theo Muzzy claimed possession. And we're just going back and forth here. Some sloppier passing today than we saw the other day. You've seen a lot of turnovers by both sides. Clockers have it. Andrew Sachs with it. He's tripped up as he gets it away. And now it's Turner getting it over. Up behind the net, Pelletier gets it out. You got to wonder if the sun has a factor. The other day it was cloudy most of the game, and now you got a pretty glaring sun, not a cloud in the sky. Completely the opposite of the other day. You got to imagine that might have an impact. Of course, both teams got the white helmets out there with a little bit of a glare coming off. There's a long distance shot. Good save by Burns. Shot attempt by Will McDonald. Battle for it now along the center line, and the Hillers have it. Gratsos taking it up the far side. Gets it over. Here's Taylor. Taylor going to look to work the defender. Clockers in the midst of substitutions. Gets it over, and now out to Rockwell. It's back to Dacey. Of course, that little white ball, not the easiest thing to see with the glaring sun as well. Irichie looking to close in. Or that's 17 rather. There's a shot into traffic. It's knocked down. That attempt was by Chase O'Donnell. Clockers have it, trying to work up the far side. Under a minute left to go in the first quarter. A 3-2 Hiller lead. Clockers haven't scored since there was 7:03 left. And we're going to get a timeout. 44 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Hillers leading the Clockers 3-2. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Be sure to check out HCAM's must-see TV Wednesdays, featuring brand new premieres and our weekly series that keeps you up to date with Hopkinton HCAM news. Also, the weekly series that breaks down your favorite local sports team, HCAM Sports Talk, and the show that keeps you up to date on the Tri-Valley League, TVL Sportsnet. That's must-see TV Wednesdays on HCAM.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Off the timeout, 44 seconds left to go. 3-2 Hiller lead. It's a Clockers timeout. They have possession. We'll see what they drew up. So they'd like to get a game-tying score to wrap up the quarter. There we go. It's Linehan with it. Jake Linehan in there, and now picked up along the near side, looking to close in. Oliveto gets it over. Shot out in front. It's intercepted. What a good read by Garin. Here comes Garin up the near side. Over to Rockwell. Rockwell over to Goodman. Goodman taking it behind the net. He got it out now along the far side. That's Lottie looking to close in. And good stop there by Ashland. Here they come. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Some good action in the first frame. And at the end of the quarter, it's Hopkinton Hillers 3, Ashland Clockers 2. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers and Ashland Clockers Boys Varsity Lacrosse, airing today on HCAM and WACA TV in Ashland. Second quarter coming up next.
Bay Path may have outgrown its space, but not its mission. We need your help to build a new facility that matches our capabilities and dedication. Join us and help ensure we can continue to provide exceptional care and find loving homes for animals for years and years to come. Thank you.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are just about ready to continue on into quarter number 2. 3-2 lead for the Hillers. There's a glimpse of our upcoming broadcast schedule. Tomorrow we'll have Hiller baseball and softball as they take on the Ashland Clockers. And for those of you folks in Ashland, you'll be able to see that broadcast on WACA TV as well live tomorrow. We'll have both baseball and softball at 5 p.m. And if you can't get the baseball or softball broadcast on your local TV, you can, of course, get it at the HCAM YouTube page as well, or on the YouTube app. As we are ready for quarter number 2, Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. A nice sunny day out there. Good crowd on hand to take in the action. We got the boys game for you, and then we'll have the girls game. That game's scheduled for a 6 p.m. start. Clockers win yet another face-off as it's picked up by Oliveto. Clockers now working right to left across your screen. Looking to close in. Takes the shot, and a nice deflection there. That was Jake Linehan on the shot attempt. Burns able to deflect it away. It stays with Ashland. Bringing it out. Looking to close in. Back to Linehan. He'll get it over. And now that's Turner. Turner gets it to Colin Turner. Clockers trying to work that defense to find an open gap. It gets away along the end line and picked up by Culverwell. Culverwell gets it over to Turner. Turner doing battle with Theo Muzzy along the far sideline. Now, Culverwell bails him out. Now he tries to pass it over as he was contested by Guerin. It got away, but it's picked up by a Clocker. Pelletier has it. Pelletier gets it over. And a nice feed, and that shot deflected. Battle for it, picked up by Burns. Well, that was a close-range shot by Nick Boomer. Good job by Burns deflecting that one away. As here comes the Hillers. Looking to close in Rockwell. Gets it over. Well, we had a lot of scoring at first. That has simmered down a little bit as Ashland gets a turnover. That's Constantine Chandomba. The Clockers quickly deep into Hiller territory, but being contested, it's knocked loose. Battle for it. And the Hillers claim it for now. Knocked loose once again, however, and reclaimed by Sam O'Brien. Captain coming up the sideline. I think he stepped out. Ashland ball. Just under 10 minutes left to play in the second quarter. We see both teams getting more aggressive, starting to contest each other more, attacking the ball handler, and not giving their opponent a whole lot of space to work with. Over to Burns. Burns moves it up the far side. There's Lottie. Lottie gets it over. That's Goodman. Pass to Taylor. Ooh, Taylor taking a knock to the head there. Gets it back to Champlin now. Champlin, far side to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to bring it out. Around the defender, towards the net. That shot just wide. It's going to stay with the Hillers. Here's Matt Lottie. Lottie looking for an attack. Brings it in. That shot just off the mark. And it's going to be Clocker's ball. Well, the Hillers didn't have anyone too close to the back line that time, and Clockers were able to grab the turnover. Linehan with it. Moves it upfield, and it's intercepted. There's a nice interception by Theo Muzzy. Here comes Iarici. He was looking for C.J. Taylor along the sideline. Out of play it goes. Clocker's ball. With it being contested, Oliveto. Battle for it. Battle continues as Constantine is trying to pick it up. Took a knock by Iarici. And now in the midst of a traffic jam. Still on the ground. And we get a push call. It's going to be Hiller ball. Here comes O'Brien. Gets it over, shot, and it's off the keeper. That was Rockwell on the attempt. Picked up by Taylor. It's going to be Hiller ball in the corner. I think it was an offside call. Here's Lottie. Lottie driving in. That shot deflected. Clocker's ball. Linehan gets it over. Clocker's slowly creeping up the far side as Atherton fires it upfield. And it's intercepted. Hillers have it. This is Champlin. Gets it over and closing in and putting it in. Cal Rockwell. Cal Rockwell puts the Hillers up by 2 at 6:53 left to go in the second quarter. Oh, nice turnover for the Hillers. Good feed upfield to Rockwell, and Rockwell with a nice shot on net to put the Hillers up by a pair. I believe that's Connor Martin in the center for Ashland. Let's see here. For the Hillers, you got Carter Goodman. It's going to be Clocker's ball. That was indeed Connor Martin. I think that was his first time in the face-off circle today. Gets it over to McDonald. McDonald fires it up to Colin Turner. He's being contested. It's knocked out, and the Hillers have it. Muzzy trying to take it up the far side. He lost it. Draws a push. He gets tripped up. It'll be Clocker's ball. Yeah, he couldn't quite get his balance there. Looking to close in Oliveto. Takes the shot and a good save by Burns. Hillers have possession. It was picked up by Granzos. Granzos fires it over. Collected by Merkel. And we're going to get a timeout by the Hillers. 5:56 left to go in the second quarter. It is the Hillers 4, Ashland 2. You are tuned in to Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM and WACA TV in Ashland. HCAM programming is brought to you in part by Maine Pizza and Grill. Made fresh, made local at Bill's on Main. You can visit them online at bomainhopkinton.com. This program is brought to you in part by TVLsports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLsports.net. TVLsports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. We are ready to continue on off the timeout. 5:56 left to go in the second quarter. Hillers leading by 2. 4-2 game. The only goal in the second quarter so far. Nice one by Cal Rockwell at 6:53 left to go. We'll see what Coach Norton drew up here for this Hiller possession. Yeah, the Hillers, they like to try to get some big momentum on their side and take a little control here. Here's Lottie. Lottie working against Connor Martin. And pick set by Champlin. Here goes Lottie, and that shot deflected in the air, high in the air. And it's scooped up by the keeper, Charlie Linehan. A nice feed to the center circle to Connor Martin. Martin with it, being chased. Underhand scoop, a shovel pass to Linehan. Linehan going to try to close the gap. Closing in and box back out, gets it over to Oliveto. Oliveto feeds it to his right, now back to Oliveto. Oliveto with a shot and a save by Burns. I'll tell you, Nate Burns, he's been busy in net, making some good saves for the Hillers. Coming up the far side now, Champlin. Champlin charging towards the net, and that shot deflected away. Yeah, he was trying to just sneak in there and ring one in. Clocker's ball, Ben Atherton with it. Gets it to Linehan, the keeper. Now up to Daniel Turner. Turner takes it across midfield. Along the far side, moves it up. Up behind the net now, trying to bring it out. Centering pass, and it's knocked away. Good turnover there by the Hillers. Quinn Keeler with it. Well, Quinn Keeler saw where that pass was going, read it perfectly. Yeah, Hillers calling it out. They're going to shift around and get some subs in there as well. Here's Dacey. Over to Taylor. Taylor brings it back out. And a nice pass to Goodman. That shot deflected. Clockers have it. Big save there by Linehan. Warnetsky able to keep possession for the Clockers. And now here they come up the far side. Fitzsimmons. And the pass over, closing in. That shot deflected away. That was Connor Martin on the attempt. Connor Martin had a bit of an open gap up the middle. Colin Turner saw it, fed it to him. But the Hillers defense able to close in. Clockers maintained possession. And battle for it, knocked to the ground from the grasp of Boomer. Clockers able to reclaim as Boomer picks it back up. Gets it out. There's a shot. And a good save. Good save by Burns there off the shot from Griffin Oliveto. Hillers coming up the far side. Pass over by Guerin. Now Dacey. Well, the Hillers, they like to keep a lot of speed on the edges. So when they get it on the outside, they could quickly move it up the field. And that pass was deflected away. Out of bounds along the side it goes. Clockers ball. 2:06 left to go in this first half. Coming up at the halftime break, we'll have our first week of Hiller highlights. Well, really, it was one day we had a couple games, but we'll show you what happened in those first broadcasts of this spring season. Clockers would love to get a score here. Big body check delivered by Aya Ritchie on Dwayne, and the Hillers have a turnover. And a good feed there over to Dacey. It's knocked out of his grasp. Battle for it. Dacey reclaims. Dacey moves it up to Goodman. Back to Dacey now. Pass over to O'Brien. That was a good job by Dacey staying with it. He was outnumbered by Clockers there and had to keep battling to get possession back, but successfully did so. Champlin trying to get around the defender. Out and from, that shot deflected away. Picked up along the outside by Dacey. Moves it up over to O'Brien. Looking to close in. O'Brien around the defender, takes the shot, and it's just wide. Hillers keep it. 48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. CJ Taylor with it. Taylor brings it out towards the net, and it was deflected. Linehan able to get a piece of it and deflect it away. Good charge in, however, by Taylor. Rockwell gets it to Taylor. Will he try it again? Looking to close in, tripped up. And a good timeout call there by Coach Norton, as Taylor was outsized, trying to keep possession, having some trouble. And that timeout will keep it in Hiller possession with 21 seconds left in the second quarter. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. HCAM programming is brought to you in part by Weston Nurseries. Weston Nurseries has been selling plants since 1923 and features locations in Hopkinton, Lincoln, Hingham, and Chelmsford. You can visit them online at westonnurseries.com. Welcome back. We are just about ready to continue on. There you have a glimpse of the Hiller roster for this season. Some great returning talent, and in fact, most of this team is returning talent. Obviously, there's a few new faces. but a good amount of returning talent this year for the Hillers. And they certainly have some big goals for the season. 21 seconds left in this first half. The Hillers, they got a buzzer beater to wrap up the first half against Holliston, and that gave them a lot of momentum going into the second half. They'd like to try to do something similar here this afternoon. Here we go. Along the far side, O'Brien sends it up. There's a shot and a good save by Linehan. That shot attempt was by Chase O'Donnell. And it looks like he's just going to hold it and let the half run out. And he'll fire it upfield. Why not? And that'll do it for the second quarter. It was a 3-2 first quarter in favor of the Hillers and a 1-0 second quarter in favor of the Hillers. And we got ourselves a 4-2 score at the halftime break. Plenty of game left to be played. We got ourselves a good one in this crosstown matchup. At the break, Hopkinton Hillers 4, Ashland Clockers 2. You are watching Varsity Boys Lacrosse, airing on HCAM and WACA TV in Ashland. And now here are some of the latest Hiller highlights. The Hopkinton Hillers spring sports season got started on Friday, March 28th, and the first HCAM broadcast of the season was Hiller Boys Lacrosse versus Holliston. And they are now official. Closing in, there's a shot and a score for the Hillers. First goal of the season for Hopkinton is Matt Lottie. Matt Lottie with the strike at 6:16. Left to go in the first quarter, and we are knotted up at 1 apiece. CJ Taylor, a new addition to the roster this season. Closing in, shot, and a score for the Hillers. Number 23, Tyler Walkowitz. Oh, it's good about this Hiller group. They don't need to have a big presence in front of the net as we get another score there. Matt Lottie rushes in and booms it in, and it's a 3-2 Hiller lead at 3:57 left to go. Use those defenders in the middle. Nice feed in front, and it's put in. Cal Rockwell pulls it down and bashes it in. Shoot from just about anywhere on the field. Here he goes, crashing in, gets it in front, and a score for the Hillers. Champlin finds Rockwell once again, and Rockwell gets the job done. Goodman looking to put on the moves. Crashing in, and he scores! Cooper Goodman, nothing's gonna get in his way. 6-3 Hillers. Here we go, Champlin closing in, looking for the shot, and he rips it in at the buzzer. What a beauty of a drop that was. Owen Champlin with the buzzer beater right in the very last second to put the Hillers up by 4, heading into the halftime break. Brian with it. Champlin looking to close in. Gets it over, a shot and a score! Matt Lottie rips it in for his third goal of the game. So you can mark him down for a hat trick. Bangs off the defender and gets it over to Cal Rockwell. And Rockwell just waiting along the side of the net, pops it in. A beauty of a setup, a great pass, and a nice score for the Hillers at 6:01 left to go in the third quarter. Hillers up by 6. Dean and counting left to go in this third quarter. Here's Champlin. Champlin gets around the defender. Gonna squeeze through. Takes a shot and rips it in. Owen Champlin gets it over. Around the defender he goes. Shot in! Tyler Walkowitz with a beauty. Goodman looking to box out the defender. And takes the shot and it's in. What a beauty. Matt Lottie and Owen Champlin strike for a trifecta of scores each as the Hillers take the 12-5 win over Holliston in the season opener and start off the spring in the win column. Hillers have a new addition to their spring sports schedule, and that's boys volleyball. Also on March 28th, Hiller boys volleyball kicked off their regular season with a battle against Bellingham. Steve Sweetapple and John Fisk were on the call.
Pass. Nope.
Tough. So ideally, that's what you want to run is that middle, and that's what the setter for Bellingham, number 14, is Aiden Gibbs. This is the second year he's the varsity setter.
Brady. Click. Outside. Good swing. That was a beautiful swing.
That was the best swing of the game.
It was. It's a great way to end the first set with Alex Piccoli. So Hillers take the first set 25-19. Piccoli with the serve.
Oh, it didn't look like it was going to come over.
And handcuff Grady. So that's it. Bellingham takes the second set 25-16. Boys are going to switch sides. Another good serve. Ryan takes that one. Michael Grady tips it down the line. Randall, nice put away from
Good play, good smart play.
Valdez. And Bellingham takes the third set. Just need 12 in a row. And that's it. Bellingham takes.
Welcome back to the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready to continue on here as we head into the second half. A 4-2 Hiller lead over the Ashland Clockers. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. Happy to be with you on this Tuesday afternoon. We got this Hiller boys game, and then at 6 o'clock we'll have the Hiller girls varsity game as they take on the Ashland Clockers. And you should be able to see that on your local WACA channel over in Ashland as well. Picked up by Griffin Oliveto as the Clockers claim possession off the first face-off of the second half, and we are underway. Clockers working left to right across your screen for this third quarter. Jake Linehan looking to crash in. Defenders box him out. Linehan gets it back. Looking for a shot and a save by Burns off the Oliveto attempt. Here come the Hillers. And it's knocked loose. Clockers have it. Picked up by Linehan. And it came loose again from the grasp of Linehan. Quinn Keeler with it. There were just a lot of turnovers on that far side. Both teams contest each other. And we're going to get a flag. We only had one penalty so far in this game. This would be our second. Not sure who it's on. Officials confirming. It's going to be a 1 minute against Ashland. I think it was a headshot call. It was on Jake Linehan. So he'll take a knee for a minute, and the Hillers have the man advantage. With possession along the center circle is Champlin. And here we go. Big opportunity for the Hillers to make some noise to start off this second half. Hillers trying to get those quick passes going to shake up that defense. There's a shot by Lottie. It's wide. It's going to stay with the Hillers. Cal Rockwell gets to the back line. Rockwell gets it up to O'Brien. O'Brien had a bit of an opening, but decided to pass to Champlin. Gets it over. There's a shot and a save. Charlie Linehan with the save. I'll tell you, both goalies have been very good today. Some great saves on both sides. Linehan contested. Oh, he's knocked down. It's an empty net. The action was blown dead. Yeah, I don't think it was an illegal hit there. And it's intercepted. Hillers have it. Looking to crash in. Lottie, and Lottie rips it in. Matt Lottie with the interception takes it right up the pipe and racks it in. The Hillers take the 3-point lead. That score comes at 9:55 left to go in the third quarter. Off the face-off. Ashland has it. Well, despite the fact that the Clockers are dominating the face-offs, it's not affecting the Hillers that much, at least to this point. Looking to crash in. Good save by Burns. That shot was by Boomer. Well, the good thing that the Hillers are doing, they might not be winning the face-offs, but they're doing a nice job at attacking the ball handler and trying to drop the turnover. And we're going to get a timeout. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Hillers up 5-2 on HCAM. Be sure to check out HCAM's must-see TV Wednesdays, featuring brand new premieres and our weekly series that keeps you up to date with Hopkinton HCAM news. Also, the weekly series that breaks down your favorite local sports team, HCAM Sports Talk, and the show that keeps you up to date on the Tri-Valley League, TVL Sportsnet. That's must-see TV Wednesdays on HCAM.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Off the timeout, we are ready to continue on. The ball is in the net of Owen Champlin, number 88. Or nope, it's going to be number 9, Sam O'Brien, who brings it out. Over to Goodman. Back to O'Brien. Now Champlin. Champlin gets it over. Nice feed, and it's put in top shelf. Cal Rockwell. Just a great feed by Champlin. Rockwell waiting along the side of the net. A pitch-perfect pass right to the net of Rockwell, and he rips it in to make it 6-2 Hillers. Well, that's how you come out of a timeout. Hillers looking to take control of this one. Champlin up against Oliveto. And the ball was loose, and it's picked up by Garin. Garin gets it over. Goodman. Shot there, and a good save by Linehan. Linehan feeds it to midfield to Sachs. Here goes Sachs. Looking to charge in, knocked out. Hillers have it. Picked up by Garazzos. Garazzos trying to keep control of it. Able to get it back. Being chased down. And knocked loose. Along the sideline, and what direction will it go? Did Ashland get the last touch there along the sideline? I believe they did. It looks like it's going to be Hiller ball. It will indeed stay with the Hillers. Sam O'Brien with it. And now Champlin has it, rather, along the near side. Champlin, certainly a threat to charge in if he finds an opening. Here he goes. Shot, and it is in! Owen Champlin bringing the fire. There was some serious heat on that shot. Champlin charged right in and puts a hole in the back of the net and makes it a 7-2 Hiller lead at 8:06 left to go in the third quarter. On the face-off, Carter Goodman and Oliveto. I think false movement there. It's going to be Ashland ball. Well, the Clockers need to start scoring some goals quickly. The Hillers attempting to pull away. Daniel Turner with it. Oh, took a big hit. And that's going to draw a flag for a headshot. That's going to be against Quinn Keeler. 1 minute penalty there for the headshot, and it'll be Clocker's ball. Griffin Oliveto with it. Oliveto going to go right for the net, and a good save by Burns. Burns looking for Merkel. Merkel lost it along the near side, picked up by Oliveto. Oliveto moves it up to Turner. Colin Turner gets it behind the net to Pelletier. And now out, a centering pass and a score for Ashland. Jake Linehan rips it in, a nice feed there. And the Clockers make it 7-3 with 7:18 left to go in the third quarter. A well-needed score for Ashland. Brady Champlin up against Griffin Oliveto. It's going to be Clocker's ball. Well, if Clockers could get another one here, they're right back in this game. Donald gets it over. Turner. And he lost it. Loose ball. Couple kicks by Merkel. And he nearly had it scooped up before taking a shot from Daniel Turner. And now he gets tripped up. Daniel Turner has it. And we got a flag. They might get him could have been a cross check there. See what the call is. Ooh, he's holding up, the official holding up. All right, he's signaling who the player was. "30 seconds on the penalty for push." So it's Hiller ball, 6:59 left to go in the third quarter. And the Hillers also have the man advantage. O'Brien. Champlin gets it back to O'Brien. Looking for Goodman. Goodman with a shot, and it's picked up by the keeper. Good save there by Linehan as he fires it up, and it's knocked loose. Hillers get it back. Collected by Rockwell. Along the near side, loose on the ground. Goodman battling for it. Being contested, and now a whole group in there. See who wins this possession. Clockers have it. And knocked loose once again. And then picked up by Andrew Sachs. Gets it back to the keeper. Now back to Sachs, and he took a big shot along the center circle. Able to pick it back up. Works his way into Hiller territory, knocked out. And Garin has it. Here come the Hillers. Knocked loose once again and picked up by Ashland. Liam Fitzsimmons fires it upfield. Gets it towards midfield to Daniel Turner. Turner taking it into the Hiller zone, out in front. What a save by Burns. It was a great feed by Turner to Pelletier, just waiting in front of the net. And a tremendous save by the captain goaltender, Nate Burns. Possession stays with the Clockers. With it is Colin Turner. And it's loose. Rolling up the field along the near side, picked up by Connor Martin. Martin being contested. Flings it back. Oliveto looking to claim it. He does, and he's being contested by Quinn Keeler. Looking to close in, centering pass. There's a shot, and it is in. Connor Martin with a fireball to make it 7-4. And that score comes at 4:59 left to go. Well, good possession by the Clockers there. Hillers were being aggressive, attacking the ball handler, and the Clockers were able to get a nice shot on net as they try to close the gap in this crosstown matchup. Champlin up against Oliveto. Off the face-off, and it's claimed by Oliveto and knocked loose now. On the ground, picked up by the Hillers with it, Champlin. Brady Champlin gets it back over to Merkel. Now to the keeper, Burns. Up the far side he goes as the Hillers switch it up. Morrissey trying to work the sideline. It was knocked out. It'll go back to the Clockers. Well, Ashland doing a good job drawing up those turnovers. Linehan fires it upfield. Collected along the near side by Daniel Turner, and now knocked loose. A battle for it ensues. And the Hillers have it, picked up by Champlin. Here goes Champlin. Is he going to go right for the net? Yes, he is. Oh, shot deflected. A good save there by Linehan. Possession stays with the Hillers. Well, the speed of the game has certainly picked up in this second half. Goodman over to Dacey. Now to Millard. Millard gets it over to Sonda. Jimmy Sonda in there for the Hillers. And he's going to put on a move. Takes a long distance shot, knocked down by the keeper. Battle for the loose ball. Picked up by the Hillers. The shot is wide by Ryan Millard. Hillers keep possession. Getting to the back line was Blake Murphy. Or excuse me, that was Goodman. Cooper Goodman. Moves it up the near side of Dacey. Dacey around the defender. Takes it to the outside. Fires a shot and a save. Linehan looking for McDonald. Finds him. And McDonald was trying to move it upfield towards Boomer. Pass knocked down. It's loose. Hillers have it. Picked up by Dacey. Dacey closing in. Gets it over. And that pass a little high for Cal Rockwell. A lot of intensity in the third quarter. These two teams looking to work quickly. Here comes Ashland. With it is Dwayne, and a shot there. It's just a little high from Nick Boomer. Clockers maintain possession. We're under 3 minutes left to go in the quarter. Gets it out, looking for a shot, and it's in. A good pass by Bryce Pelletier. He finds Nick Boomer, and Nick Boomer booms it in to make it 7-5 at 2:44 left to go in the third quarter. The Clockers are back in the game. It's been a high-intensity quarter. Both teams with 3 goals apiece in the frame. But the last 3 have been Ashland goals. So the Hillers would like to change that trend. Battle for it. That was Champlin on the faceoff for the Hillers up against Oliveto. Oliveto just dominating the faceoff circle here today. Connor Martin with it, and he's surrounded by Hillers. But Clockers reclaim, picked back up by Martin, gets it over. Ball knocked loose, battle for it. The battle continues. Ball still down. Ashland has it. Oliveto closing in. He lost it. Or that was Nick Boomer, rather. And Boomer was trying to rip a shot in, and his net was hit at the last second to knock it loose. Well, that's what you got to do when you don't win in the face-off circle. You got to be aggressive. And that's what the Hillers are doing. Attacking the ball handler and trying to get those turnovers. But the Clockers, they've picked up their aggressiveness in this third quarter for sure. Nate Burns taking it all the way downfield. A little risky there. He ends up losing it along the sideline. Clockers ball. And they're firing for the open net, and it's just wide. Will McDonald with a long-distance shot from downfield, looking for the open net, and, you know, that's the risk of leaving the net that wide open. You can get those long-distance shots. Burns fires it up to midfield, connects with Garatzos. Garatzos closing in, it's just wide. To the back line goes Goodman. Goodman gonna bring it out. Over to O'Brien. 1:14 and counting left to go in the quarter. Hillers looking to break this Clocker score streak of 3 straight goals. O'Brien gets it over. And a nice feed there. That shot deflected. Loose in front of the net, and Linehan picks it up. That was a great pass by Matt Lottie to Cal Rockwell, waiting at the side of the net. But Linehan ready for it that time. A tremendous save. Here comes Ashland. Martin gets it over, closing in. Back to Martin, and that shot was deflected. It's going to be Hiller ball. Nice job by Burns getting to the back line there to claim possession for the Hillers. Knocked loose. He was trying to find Guerin, and it was knocked loose. Clockers have it, and it's knocked loose once again. Hillers get it back. Pandemonium out there in this quarter. Rockwell to O'Brien. O'Brien looking for the buzzer beater, and it's wide, and that's how the quarter will end. 3 goals apiece for both sides, and at the end of 3 intense quarters of play, it is the Hillers 7, Ashland Clockers 5. Both teams very much still in this game. 4th quarter coming up next on HCAM and WACA TV and Ashland. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
There's a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule as we are ready to continue on in what has been a very exciting crosstown rivalry matchup in boys varsity lacrosse between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers. Clockers have closed the gap a little bit as we head into the 4th quarter. 3 straight goals to wrap up the 3rd quarter for the Clockers. Jake Linehan at 7:18, Connor Martin at 4:59 left, Nick Boomer at 2:44, and it's a 7-5 game. Clockers have dominated the face-off circle, and the Hillers, they've tried putting multiple different guys in there to try to change that trend, but so far a no-go, and Ashland wins another one, picked up by Oliveto. Clockers working right to left for this 4th quarter. Linehan with a shot. It's wide. Clockers get to the back line. Pelletier going to bring it out. Round the defender. Gets it out. Closing in, and a nice save by Burns. What a great save. Boomer had a nice open gap, got in front of the net, and ripped a shot, but a great save there by Burns. Ball loose now. Guerin has it. He has some wheels. Here he comes. Guerin takes a hit. And we're going to get a flag. It's going to be a delayed penalty. Sam O'Brien with it. Well, the Hillers are going to embrace this possession with the delayed penalty coming up. Gets it over to Champlin. Champlin creeping up the far side. Trying to close in. Taken to the outside, fires it over to Lottie. Lottie with a shot, it's turned away. Out of play it goes, and now the penalty will come into effect. Good news is the Hillers will keep possession with the delayed penalty. Cross-check call, 1 minute. It's going to be on number 3, Ben Atherton. So the Hillers with the man advantage. Power play opportunity. Mouth guard issue, I think, with Owen Champlin. So the Hillers had to put someone else in there until Champlin could straighten out the mouth guard situation. And he subs back in. Lottie back to Champlin. Over to O'Brien. Here's Champlin. Lottie gets it back. O'Brien. And Lottie! Top shelf! What a score there! Bringing the heat. The Hillers put it in at 9:57 left to go in the fourth quarter, and they're back up by 3. Big score there for the Hillers. Gets you a little momentum back. Battle for it. And that was Champlin in the face-off circle, able to knock it loose. And it was briefly picked up by Gronso. It's knocked loose once again. Champlin there to keep the possession for the Hillers. With it is Chase O'Donnell. Gets it back to O'Brien. O'Brien to Champlin. Champlin to Lottie. Lottie gets it over, and that shot is wrapped up. Chase O'Donnell was waiting at the side of the net. And a shot deflected by Linehan. Looking to feed it up the middle. Champlin picks up the loose ball. Here he comes. And knocked loose once again in front of the net. Linehan has it. Gets pass over to the far side of Fitzsimmons, who will fire it upfield. Clocker's working it up the far side. With it, Colin Turner. Turner taking some hits there as he was trying to close in. It's going to be Hiller ball. Hillers get the turnover. Good job along the back line by Muzzy delivering the hit. Hiller's coming up the far side with it. O'Brien. Sun's starting to set here. Here's C.J. Taylor. Over to Goodman. Goodman gonna bring it around. Gets it out to O'Brien. O'Brien just waiting for the moment. Champlin with the box out. Another defender to pick up O'Brien. Gets it to Lottie. Lottie closing in and puts it in. Another great score for Matt Lottie. Found the opening along the side of the net and able to scoot it in at 7:38 left to make it 9-5 Hillers. Another big score there for Hopkinton. The girls' teams are here getting ready for part 2 of our Hopkinton-Ashland doubleheader. Then later in the season, you'll see another boys-girls lacrosse doubleheader over in Ashland between these two great programs. Coming up the near side, O'Donnell. O'Donnell gonna bring it around. Now with the 4-point lead, Hillers wouldn't mind burning a little clock here either. They don't have to go directly on the attack, but if they see the moment, or they see the opening, they will. Here comes Dacey. Gets it over. Dacey picks up the loose ball. O'Donnell was attempting to get it to Sanda. O'Donnell back to Taylor. Taylor being contested. Gets it out. And a nice scoop there by Sanda. Fires it over, looking for a shot. It's just wide from Dacey. Possession stays with the Hillers. Well, if anything, some good clock burning going on here. Looking to close in. Goodman contested, knocked down, ball knocked out. And it was picked up by Atherton, who's able to hang on after a couple hits. Gets it over to Linehan. Here comes the Clockers up the far side. Martin. And it's knocked out of his grasp. Hillers get it back. Goodman with it. Goodman gets it over to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to put on a move. Gets it over. Shot! And a save. Ryan Dacey with that shot. Good save by Linehan. Linehan fires it up the far side. Great feed to Daniel Turner. Up behind the net now. Colin Turner able to bring it out. And now Linehan with it, looking to close in. And it was taken away briefly by Devin Morrissey, and then he took a push, and he was looking for a headshot call. Linehan puts it in play for Ashland. Finds Oliveto. Oliveto closing in, and will put it in. A big score there to keep the Clockers alive. Griffin Oliveto at 5:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. Makes it a 9-6 game. In the face-off circle, it'll be Champlin up against Oliveto. Champlin able to knock it back, and the Hillers have it. Picked up by Brady Champlin. Owen Champlin with it along the far side. Oh, some nice work by the Champlins there for the Hillers to get that possession. Hillers going to try to burn some clock here. Goodman with it. Gets it out to O'Brien. O'Brien to Champlin. Looking to close in. That shot a little high. Hillers maintain possession. Cal Rockwell puts it into play. Here's O'Brien with it behind the net. See what he has planned. Looking to bring it around and feeds it out in front. It was scooped up by the keeper. Linehan gets it to Atherton. Atherton looking for a long pass here. And knocked out of the grasp briefly of Sachs. Still a battle for it. Sachs draws a push. Still loose. And we're going to get a headshot call there. Here come the Hillers. O'Brien gets it to Champlin. Now to Lottie. Back to Champlin. Hillers, they're going to force Ashland to attack them. Champlin closing in, takes a shot. It's wide. Possession will stay with the Hillers. Nice effort by Cal Rockwell. Well, it has been an intense second half between these two teams. It's going to be very interesting when they meet once again this season. I think they learned a lot about each other in this game here in the early days of the season. Champlin fires it over. O'Brien looking for a shot. It's deflected. Over to the side it goes. It'll stay with the Hillers. Under 3 minutes left to go. O'Brien. Sam O'Brien contested, takes the shot just wide. And it's going to be Clocker's ball. Well, big possession win there for Ashland. Linehan gets it over to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons, a nice feed to Daniel Turner. Turner gets it over. Now with it, Martin. Shovel pass to Oliveto. Oliveto back to Daniel Turner. Now Linehan. Looking to close in. Trying to split the defenders. Able to get it out. It's loose. Along the sideline. Keeps it in for now. Clockers have it. Daniel Turner able to pick it up. Back to Linehan. Linehan with a shot. Good save by Burns. 1:20 left to go. Fires it to midfield. Nice feed over to Gratzos. And a shot there, and Cal Rockwell puts some icing on the cake as he rips it in with 1:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Hillers. And we're going to get a timeout call by the Ashland Clockers. 1:11 left to go. Hillers feeling good, up 10-6 here on HCAM. Welcome back. We are ready to continue off the timeout. What an exciting game it has been. This has been a fun one between the Hillers and the Clockers. And started off pretty intense. You had a 3-2 first quarter, some good back and forth. But then the Hillers started off the third quarter with three more goals to go up 7-2 at the time. And that's when the Clockers really picked up intensity. And they were able to get 3 straight scores of their own to bring themselves back within 2 heading into the fourth quarter. And now the Hillers feeling good as they got the momentum back and they lead it by 4. Still 1:05 left, however. Clockers are going to be working very quickly here to try to get some shots. McDonald with it. Over to Oliveto. Oliveto with a shot, and it's deflected away. Picked up along the sideline. Clockers maintain possession. McDonald fires it over. There's a shot, and Burns deflects it in the air. Good save there off the Nick Boomer shot. Don't forget, we got Hopkinton Hillers, Ashland Clockers, girls varsity lacrosse coming up. That game will start at about 6 p.m. And if you're watching on YouTube, you'll just have to flip over to another stream on the HCAM page. You can find the link on our website and social media as well. Clockers working it around. Out in front, there's a shot. And it's another Clockers score. Jake Linehan puts it in, but only 10 seconds left in regulation. A 10-7 game. Well, it's looking like the Hillers are going to grab their second win of the season. Great effort by the Ashland Clockers. But the Hillers able to squeak out the win here today. Very tough physical game. Both teams are going to be tired after this one, I can tell you that. Hillers have it, and he's just going to hang on to it, and that'll do it. An impressive win for the Hopkinton Hillers. They take it 10-7, a 3-2 fourth quarter in favor of the Hillers. A fun back and forth tough physical game and an impressive win for the Hillers, who are now 2-0 on the season. The Clockers fall to 0-2, but a long way left to go here in this season, and this Clockers team certainly has some good skills, so I'd expect to see Ashland rack up a few wins this year, and certainly expect the Hillers to rack up a few wins this year as well. These two teams will meet again in May over in Ashland. But that is going to do it for the first part of our Hopkinton-Ashland doubleheader tonight, as the Hiller boys get the win over the Clockers by a final score of 10-7. We thank everybody for watching. And for John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Hillers 2-0 as they capture the win over the Clockers, 10-7. Thanks for watching tonight. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.